Hey guys, what's up? Will here, and I'm just doing another after-action review and evaluation of one of the highlight clips from my First Amendment audit of the Spartanburg Police Department. Now, in this clip, I traveled upstairs. One of the things I was doing was walking around. I love looking at all of the old pictures, the old historic pictures and pieces of artwork around there. There's some ones from the formation of the city and just a bunch of different things. So this was the mayor's office and a couple of administrators' office there also. And there, I was looking around at some of the photos, and they asked me, is there something I can help you with? You know, the typical question.
No thanks.
Sorry, they said, may I help you, sir, is what they said there. And so I've already been asked if there's something that they can help me with, and the answer is no. You know, to me, if you were an adult and you ask somebody a question and you got a response, leave it at that, right? But even in the mayor's office, they continue on with the questioning. Now the artwork kind of goes out of the photo here because my father texted me and was asking for the Amazon verification password. He wanted to get into the Amazon account. He was in another location and he wanted to watch some videos on the Amazon Prime, right? So I was responding and getting the email and sending them the confirmation code through the phone. But anyways, I mean, all I was doing was looking at the print here, at the art.
Waiting to see someone, or?
Oh no, I'm just looking around.
So he says, "Are you waiting to see someone?" I said, "No, I'm just looking around." And to that he laughs. So I already told you that you can't help me. I don't know why you're asking if I was waiting to see someone. I mean, I'm an adult here. There is no need to do that, right? You can see that I'm looking at the pieces of art, standing here in front of the pieces of art. I was on the other side of the room, looking at. There was like a manufacturing plant or something like that, pictures and a couple pieces of art, and I'm standing here in front of this piece of art, looking at it. It's pretty obvious what I'm doing. If I was waiting for somebody, you would think that when they said, "Is there something we can help you with?" I would say, "Oh yeah, I've got an appointment with, Joe Rogan. I'm here to see him at 10 o'clock. But I say, "No, thank you." So, not only do they disrespect me and kind of deny that there's nothing that I need for them, then, they have to ask, they laugh at me when I say I'm just looking around. If you're creating an atmosphere in the mayor's office where you laugh at citizens who are just looking around, looking at the pieces of art, what is that saying about the employees that the mayor has chosen to represent him?
What's funny about that?
No, it's nothing funny about that. It's just,
Well, I mean, he laughed at my response. It's kind of bizarre.
this is our place of work, and we usually.
And this is a public place, man.
So, thankfully, she responds that no, there's nothing funny about it. But then she goes into, but this is just our place of work, and it's kind of unusual. Okay, you need to understand, you are a public servant. This is a public office here. Anybody can come in here as they wish. Nothing matters if you think this is unusual or not. You are not of the judge and jury. You are not the gatekeeper. You are not what is the person who is to decide if something is normal or not. Is it so abnormal that someone is looking at the pieces of art in your office? That is literally all that I was doing, is looking at the 5 pieces of art in your building. in that office. Is that so unusual? No, that kind of boggles my mind.
Appreciate it though.
Yes, sir, it is. It's typically the people who come up here to meet with someone. I was just asking. That's all.
Well, I mean, I gave you a response and you laughed. I was just wondering what was funny about it.
It was atypical. That's all.
Okay.
So generally, it's only people that have meetings that come up to this office. That's it. Nobody has ever come up to this office just to look at the artwork. Can you believe that? Do you believe that? Or do you think that's just an excuse for employees to act a fool and laugh at private citizens? Laugh at the citizens that employ them. I think this is a major problem, and that public servants such as this need to understand that when presented with a situation where a citizen is doing something completely understandable and they can see exactly what that person is doing, they see me walking from art piece to art piece to art piece looking at it. Do you need to ask what I am doing? Isn't it obvious that I am looking at these pieces of art? Once you ask if there's anything you can help me with, and I say no, thank you, I am dealing with you professionally and respectfully. Okay? If you ask me if I have a meeting with somebody and I say I'm just looking around, you do not need to laugh. That is absolutely disrespectful, and this type of action by a public servant actually gets my blood boiling because they have a holier-than-thou attitude. It is shameful that the mayor has chosen such a public servant to represent him. Now, I could have been a lesser man and turned around and asked that guy his name and gotten him on camera and shown him to everybody and advertised his name. Basically put him on blast. But I believe this is more of an educational opportunity because I still remain professional. And all I said was, why did you laugh? Why was that funny? I was just asking because you laughed. That's it. I hope that he saw my response and he understands that I was still professional and that he was not. Maybe he sees this video and maybe he understands the faults of which he acts. Honestly, I've seen this too much from public servants, and it's a, I can do what I want because we're in our office thing. This is one of the things that I'm going to make an appointment and talk with the mayor about and show him this bit of footage because I think this is disrespectful. I'm not saying this guy needs to be fired, but there definitely needs to be training. If the people who are in charge of representing the mayor's office are acting like this, then how many of the other public servants of Spartanburg City Hall are acting like this? I can tell you, this action is infectious. This type of activity is infectious, meaning once people start treating citizens like this, they're usually not the only employee to do that. Now, don't get me wrong, I really didn't have any other blatantly disrespectful interactions like this. I had some things that I was critical about the police department and stuff like this, but it was the mayor's office. It was this gentleman in the mayor's office who was absolutely the worst. This was a short clip. I know this was a very small interaction, but this was the thing that infuriated me the most, and this is one of the major problems in our society today. So thanks for being with me. This after action review, I know I got a little long-winded and explained and evaluated this a little bit too much. This is only a minute and 18 clip, and half of that didn't have anything in it. But I hope you've gained a little bit of something. Have you? I would like to leave with a couple questions, right? Have you encountered this type of response from public officers? have you felt disrespected when you're being completely professional and respectful of a public servant, of someone that you pay taxes so you pay their salary, someone that's supposed to serve you? Just tell me some examples. Tell me what you ran into. I'd love to hear it. This is one of the things that I'm looking for. One of the things that I'd like to educate. And if we can stop our, basically, if someone wants to act like that, maybe they shouldn't be in public service. I guess that's what it gets down to. And, all we can do is bring these situations to light, offer them up for training, and, maybe saying, hey, this is what happened. You should educate yourself. You shouldn't do this again. And if it's your modus operandi, if this is how you act all the time, maybe public servitude isn't the best fit for you. There's all kinds of careers. But this is a very important one, like I said, especially here in the mayor's office. You are the physical representation of the mayor. And right now, if I had to judge the mayor from what I saw in his office, I wouldn't have a very high regard, a high degree of respect for the mayor at all. So, definitely understand that even though your actions may be small, it may just be a little chuckle to you, but it's severely, severely disrespectful. And absolutely out of place. Just no need for it. So guys, William, thanks again for sticking along on this after action, long-winded after action review and evaluation. This is just one of those problems. I just really had to explain it and kind of get my feelings out there. You can see that it kind of got my blood boiling. Such a small thing, but I have so many opinions on it. Of course, I'm not just upset from this one little thing. It happens all the time. What bothers me is that it's almost acceptable. And then, the attempt to explain it away. So when I said, well, hey, what was so funny about that? Rather than saying, oh, well, everyone who comes up here is just coming for a meeting. They could have easily said, I was, honestly, sir, I was a little bit thrown for a loop when you said you were just looking around. We don't get that much. I want to apologize for laughing. You're right, I shouldn't have laughed at you. If there's anything I can help you with the city of Spartanburg, I could tell you some about its history or some of the neat things to do in here. There's a much better way to respond to that question than just saying, well, it was atypical. Because that's like basically saying, well, it's something different than we run into, so that's why I was laughing. No, you need to take personal accountability and understand that your actions are absolutely unprofessional. So, William, this is another clip from the Spartanburg Accountability Audit, and I really feel empowered evaluating these for you and pointing out my opinions. And if any of the other auditors are watching this, I would like to really ask that you take this job on seriously and respectfully, and understand that yes, these are public servants. Yes, they work for us. Yes, we are their boss. Yes, we can disrespect them, but we should not. We need to treat them with respect and dignity. Even if they don't. We still should. Because that's what accountability is. It's that we understand that sometimes we have to be the bigger person so that we can impart some knowledge. Because if you're just down talking to them and you want to claim education because you're talking about the laws, sure, the law is going to help you educate. But being professional, being businesslike, being respectful will do much more, will allow you to impart more knowledge. So guys, thanks so much. William, I'm out.